Hey guys, Jeb here, and today I'm bringing some Black Ops 3 multiplayer beta gameplay, and this is another 100 plus today. It's on Combat. I think I'm using the VMP, and I think it's 117 kills and around 20 something deaths. So it's going to be over 4 KDR, and it's over 100 plus. So strap on in, and we're going to get into today's topic, which is all the latest updates and stuff that's been announced for Black Ops 3. I don't know how long the video is going to go, but I'll cut it down because this did start out as a 20-minute gameplay, which is really long. There are some lulls, so I'll take care of it depending on how long I need to talk. So first thing, starting off, if you played the beta on the PlayStation 4, you'll be getting a theme coming here soon, and it looks like it's a shot over the Shadows of Evil. Next are the changes they've made to the game since the beta and all the feedback. The first one here I really don't agree with, because I feel as if you should not be able to take over people's score streaks regardless of how long it takes or it revealing you on the minimap. You should never be able to take someone else's score streaks over by just sitting there pointing something at it. I don't think that's fair. But we'll go ahead and start off with some players were dissatisfied. The Black Hat equipment was too powerful. They agreed, and so to fix the Black Hat, quote unquote, they made it hack slower as you go up the kill streak chain, which for all I know that means UAV could be extremely fast. Then as you move up, it could slow down to a different speed, maybe like Black Ops 2 speed. And then the player also appears as a red dot on the mini map for the duration of the hack, along with notifications that the score streak is being hacked. So the logic behind this, and I'm pretty sure they're basing this on one player hacking, but say you have two people on a team and an object only needs to be hacked twice, I guess, or maybe 3 times. If 2 people start the hack at the same time, they'll be able to take over that object twice as fast as they would if, say, one person was doing it. So I think Treyarch is, if anything, thinking on a one-person scale rather than on people trying to get together and work, because there was times during the beta where there was at least half a team running Black Hats hacking stuff, if not more, causing it to be nuts. Rejack sparked its fair share of controversy. It looks like they're going to make it so now if you kill somebody with Rejack before they, rejack, it gets counted as a kill for you. In other words, their second chance fix from Black Ops 1 when people complaining about them not getting the kill. They're porting that over, and then you still don't, if you are using Rejack, your score streak resets. In other words, Rejack is basically now a tactical insert for the user, and for the person killing them, you do get the points for doing so. Talked about the flinch mechanics. So apparently there's a couple things in the game that cause flinch to be so bad, between different game lag volumes plus being shot and stuff like that. So they've toned it down and tried to fix it to a certain degree, which is a good thing, because it is quite aggravating to shoot somebody first and then they start shooting you and your flinch goes nuts. That's a bit insane. They've changed up some of the hit marker stuff. The grenade toss instances, I guess, it was weird. I always figured out if I just jumped with the grenade, I could throw it as far as I wanted to, so I didn't have no big deal. One of the bigger things that I'm really on the side of, they said players felt concussion and flashbang grenades were too powerful, so they made tac insert, not tac insert, but tac mask available to be unlocked at level 13, which is amazing because I use tac mask because I stun myself way too often rather than being stunned by the enemy. So I'm glad that that's a thing. I've always run it in Treyarch's game, and they've added a time to heal stat for, say, hard points. So now that, I don't think they've had it before, to show how long a person has stayed on the hill. Safeguard, you actually get points now for escorting it. I think it's 25 points for every 3 seconds. And now another good thing that I've been wanting is, in the kill cam, you'll be able to see what the enemy used to kill you. You'll see their perks, their weapon, I think the score streaks they're using, their specialists, their equipment, things like that, which is amazing because I love using the kill cams to see what I did wrong and how the enemy beat me. So this will be another tool I'll be able to use, which makes me happy. And there's some various weapon balances. They tweaked Razorback and the M87. I thought the M87 was fine, but I guess people did say that it was extremely overpowered. I have a feeling it might be reverted back when the game comes out, especially if other guns get buffed. So there were a couple other things that were revealed. There was a live stream Friday, the 9th of October, that gave away some stuff that is going to be in the game. Treyarch revealed the 9th Specialist, which will be Firebreak, and they decided to bring back a World at War favorite, which is the Flamethrower, as his weapon, and then as his ability, which is something I might actually use, because as of late I was using Vision Pulse, things like that, not really the weaponry, other than the Scythe. I really did like using this death machine. It is kind of nuts. So his ability, once triggered, is kind of like a stun grenade being thrown into the room. Everybody in the vicinity of his ability gets slowed down. Vonderhaar put this equate to say it's summertime, your house is 72 degrees, you walk outside, it's 100 degrees, and it's kind of like that first breath in where you're like, and it feels weird and stuff like that. So, but basically toned down, it's the equivalent of, say, a concussion going off in a certain blast radius, which is something cool. If I ran that, I'd no longer have to carry concussion, so it frees up a slot for Medicine Specialist. I think is free to have. They also revealed a new map called Redwood, which is in a redwood forest, kind of like they have in California. They will, and a lot of other things were announced. So combat training basically is coming back. They announced 4-player split screen offline, 2-player split screen online, so people who can't afford the game but know a friend who has the game and the console will still be able to play if their friend is nice enough to let them. That is. So that's a good thing. I always had a problem with that because people were trying to abuse it. I can't recall if it came in Black Ops 1, MW3, but some people would abuse it. It would be 1 player, but he would set it up in Search and Destroy, so he would have 2 lives, so he could do it. That was kind of frustrating. Maybe if the split screen sits for too long, it's auto kicks, and that is something that could fix that. And then Black Ops 3 will now have taunts and gestures coming in, which is going to be kind of fun, and I don't know how it's going to work out, because the screen at the end who shows the winners, the person who is in first gets to do an audio and physical gesture towards the person, so they'll actually get to say something, and I think the other 2 people can only do just like normal gestures. So this is something it's going to be interesting to add in. It's kind of like taking Destiny's little bit where the players can, I guess, in these zones before they go into these missions or stuff like that, they can do dances, point at things and stuff like that. So that is going to be interesting and might piss a lot of people off. Then it might help spur competition because, say you lose one game and then the person does the taunt and gesture, and the next game you just come back going full force and you beat them. That might be a little bit rewarding. Black Ops 3 multiplayer will feature hardcore mode, so those of you who love hardcore, it's coming back. I don't think they're ever going to have a Call of Duty without hardcore, because hardcore is one of the most vocal people in the community when it comes to Call of Duty. They want to make sure they got it, and I really don't see anybody else who are as vocal as they are, unless it's like the zombies community. And then they track details and improvements coming to PC version of Black Ops 3 following the beta feedback. So they're going to keep tweaking that because they are putting a lot more effort into PC than they previously had. But now they're putting even in more effort. I still think if they really want to make the PC side of Call of Duty people happy, they'll bring mod tools back in. It's about that time that they get some mod tools, especially for the zombies creators. Once the game has stopped getting DLC, even if once the game's lifespan is over with and the next game comes out, if they patch it so they have mod tools then, that would be pretty cool too, because I am quite a fan of zombies, and if you're allowed the community to have the Black Ops 3 engine open to mods and then people hand make their own zombies, that can be nuts and extend the game's lifespan, in my opinion, for quite a while. In all honesty, Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer, I'm not really expecting them to make amazing games, but I would be able to continue playing zombies through a next game's lifespan, even if it isn't created by Treyarch. And a huge thing that everybody's been worried about, and they finally made it official on the live stream, was that theater mode is coming back bigger and better than ever. With each iteration, they have been adding more stuff. I think one of the people on the live stream stated that the reason theater mode was initially created was so that they could track bugs in the game and see what caused what. So then they just gave it to the players. In Black Ops 2, they added in like equipment tracking and things like that, which I am a fan of because you can lock on a tomahawks a whole lot more easy. In Black Ops 1, I would have to try to slowly follow the tomahawk throughout the air, and it was very clunky and it never looked right. But with Black Ops 2, you could actually lock on and follow it. Now, if they had Black Ops 1 tomahawks in Black Ops 2 with the ability to track it, that would be more amazing. That's what I'm hoping. In Black Ops 3 beta, I am going to say this, I got the world's first recorded across the map tomahawk. I know Mark Music got it, but he was like 9 hours after me, and a lot of people will try to point out he was the first, and I broke it down. Yeah, but if they can combine those two together, I'm going to be messing with tomahawks like nobody's business. I know the only reason back in Black Ops 1 I played so much Search and Destroy is because I learned a lot of the across the map tomahawk points, and I was always getting them. I remember Summit, you just chucking them across the map, and it was amazing. So I'm hopefully those two things are coming back. So I think that's pretty much all the stuff that was released, other than there's going to be a DX Racer Black Ops 3 design chair. Black Ops 3 is sponsoring The Walking Dead Season 6 premiere. And I already went over that you are getting the beta stores. Oh, also, Best Buy stores across the U.S. will open at 9:01 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for giving out the game. So, that's not a different for us Eastern people because it's still midnight. But say if you live anywhere west, if you want to get your game an hour or 2 hours early, go ahead and switch on over to Best Buy, and you should be able to get it a little bit earlier than anyone else. I haven't heard any other place announce this. I can't even, maybe GameStop last year did the same thing, but I can't recall. But if you want to get it a little bit early, and I know it's only going to be a couple hours, switch your pre-order to Best Buy. So I think that is all the news and update stuff as of right now. And if I forgot anything, leave it down in the comment section below. Like I said, this is a 100+ Black Ops 3 gameplay with the VMP. I don't know if people thought the VMP was good or not. I think 2 or 3 of my 100+s are actually with this gun. I know it's kind of like a submachine gun version of the ACR, so I did like it. It does take 4 or 5 bullets to kill, but it has the low recoil, so that makes me happy. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Other than that, peace out.